Ladies and gentlemen, hello. How are you? What's going on? In today's video, we're going to be doing The Walking Dead The Ones Who Live's official episode tier list. These are my picks for the rankings of the episode, so let's jump right in. Here is the tier list. We have in the first thing, perfect, then we have amazing, then we have really good, then we have meh, and then we have liquid ass. And guess what liquid ass is? It's a terrible episode. And I'll give a brief spoiler here. We don't really have anything crazy that goes in this list because this show was absolutely outstanding. It really genuinely was. It was absolutely outstanding. So it's very hard for me to pick one, like that goes in the liquid ass tier. And I'm going to fix my thing really quickly. 1 second so it looks like I'm actually looking at my camera. This is so weird. I don't like this. I look so different. Whatever. Okay. So now you can see me looking at this. Jesus. All right. So we're going to go obviously in episode order. We have episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6. So obviously we're going to be starting with episode 1, which is the very first one titled Years. And this is a perfect episode. I really genuinely don't think this needs much of an introduction as it is. Episode 1 is the ideal episode of The Walking Dead. It genuinely, in every which way, felt like a movie. And I wish I was making that up, but I'm genuinely not. This episode actually was action-packed from start to finish. The score was amazing. The story was amazing. We finally got answers to every question we had about where the hell was Rick Grimes. It was all here in ways I don't think any of us were expecting, and I'm really happy to admit that. It all amalgamated to what ended up being a really phenomenal reunion between Rick and Michonne at the very end, which is also something I don't think any of us were expecting. And I have to admit, I saw this episode at an early screener, and I saw it in a movie theater, so I genuinely believe that a lot of my love for this episode stemmed from there and that experience. So I spent a long time trying to make sure that wasn't the case by rewatching it. I've seen this episode like 5 times, and I still wholeheartedly feel this is one of the best episodes in the Walking Dead universe, period. I've said it time and time again. My opinion is not changing on this. This was a fantastic episode, and it's one that really the next 5 should have fully modeled. And you guys have seen The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live at this point, so you know it really did hold up to this for the most part. I would say episode 5 and 6 were the biggest slackers to that. They didn't have the same feel. Episode 6 kind of did, but it was also very rushed. These other episodes, episode 1 specifically, yes, it was rushed. I mean, you have to rush the story a little bit in a 6-episode run, but it did so in a way that felt extremely believable. All of the storytelling there was great, from seeing Rick in the very beginning chop off his own hand, which is something we've wanted to see in the Walking Dead universe for God knows how long, to the very end when Okafor it literally explodes just to reveal that Michonne is the one who did it, and we finally get the reunion in the first episode. That was years. It was years gone by that they had to tell, and they legitimately did it in a way that I can't fathom. It was so good. Really, this would have been an amazing movie. Obviously, they would have had to add more because you can't just make this into a movie, but this was a movie. This was a mini movie, and it was just so absolutely brilliant. It made up for the, 6 years that we spent waiting for Rick Grimes to be back on screen. Genuinely, wholeheartedly, absolutely loved it. And then we have episode 2, which immediately had the job to kind of do almost like a Quentin Tarantino sort of thing, where you're picking up the story that was taking place in episode 1, but you also have the job of explaining where Michonne's been. Now, naturally, we don't really, as an audience, care as much about where Michonne's been compared to where's Rick. I'm not saying people don't care for Michonne as much. I'm just saying, naturally, we were more curious where Rick was. It's been all this time, and he was built, put away, and the CRM was hyped up to all hell. So, naturally, my intrigue for episode 2 was a little bit less than episode 1. But that realistically doesn't matter, because episode 2 was nearly perfect. I just personally, you know what? I was going to put it in amazing. It was a perfect episode. Genuinely, it really was. The only problem I had with it, I guess, but I don't think it was a problem with the story overall, is the whole thing where everyone died. Like in the episode, like every character died. But it told a very good story. So if I'm going to give that, I was going to put it in amazing. Like that's where I had it on my list when I prepped for this video, blah, blah, blah. But now that I'm thinking about it, realistically, the only thing that would have held it back for me from being perfect was things that I had a problem with, not things that the story did. Because again, just like episode 1 and just like episode 2, there is a dire need to tell the story because you only have 6 episodes. And now that we've seen episode 6, it absolutely solidifies that they really only had 6 episodes. You know what I mean? So I guess the problem I had with that is that they brought in characters like Nat, they brought in characters like King Batch and his wife, whose names I genuinely don't know, so I'm calling them King Batch from Vine, whatever. They brought all of them in literally just to die. And it would have been one thing, at least for me, if it was just King Batch and his wife that died and all of the other people that followed Nat's group. But no, it was Nat too. And that sucked because Nat was a genuinely fantastic character. To the point, actually, and I wanted to bring this up with episode 1. I'm actually going to be talking about this in my series review. But Okafor and Nat were such incredible characters. And I know this is going to sound unpopular and I'm going to get shit in the comments for this. But I loved them so much that I would actually enjoy seeing a World Beyond style spin-off with those characters and make a story about those characters. And I'm not trying, God forbid, I am not trying to promote another goddamn spin-off. I'm not. That being said, I genuinely think those characters were so compelling in one episode that they were in that they had more gravitas than some of the characters we were introduced to in The Walking Dead. Like, I'm talking about characters like Princess, Sebastian, I know that's not a great example, or some other characters that are associated with our main group. These characters were more compelling in one episode than half of them. That's why budget matters. Nat is a prime example of that. And I know it's not just budget, it's also good actors. But when you have good budget, you have the money to, support better actors and support better writing. God damn, Nat was phenomenal in this episode. But also in general, the whole episode was great. Seeing Michonne's story and her breakdown and start to give up on Rick was absolutely fantastic. Genuinely loved every single bit of it. And then at the end, we finally got the full-fledged reunion, and I even loved what they did there with all of that, where their reunion was tenuous. It wasn't so, oh my God, I found you. And yes, of course, we got that raw emotion from Michonne and not as much Rick, but it's more of what came after that intrigued me. More of Michonne's concerns, more of her, I guess how heartbroken she was and how scared she was because Nat died and all of that. That made it so much better and so much more unexpected than I could have ever imagined for something like this. I absolutely loved it. Like, I genuinely loved it. I can't believe I was going to put it in amazing. I really can't do that. You know what I mean? And this is going to be a very contrived list because you're going to see a pretty similar trend with these episodes. I love, and I'm going to segue this because episode 2 ended with a really unique cliffhanger that I absolutely loved. Outside of episode 1's cliffhanger, which was the biggest cliffhanger of every single episode of The Walking Dead, I think, ever, including even the Negan scene, because that was a big thing to end at. That was awesome, but whatever. Regardless, episode 2 ended with Jadis breaking into Rick's apartment and asking him what the fuck he was doing. And my God, that spiraled into another perfect episode, episode 3. This episode was just so amazing to watch because we finally got to see this story unfold for what it was. And I have to preface it by this, and I'm going to go off of the camera for this. A lot of people in my comments for my review of episode 6 were saying that it's not about the CRM and that it's about Rishon and that's the primary focus. And yes, you are right. It's a love story, sure. Yeah, but that's also not exactly true. We've spent every single show, every single one, whether it's The Walking Dead at large, Fear the Walking Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead, World Beyond, any of them, all of them were spent building up the CRM. So those of you who say that it wasn't really a CRM story, I'm sorry, that's just not true. It absolutely was a CRM story. And that's where episode 3 in particular really shines, because we finally got the bridge of that storyline with the love story. And of course we had CRM before, but now we have the conflict, and that's with Jadis coming in, knowing that Michonne is there, and the rift that starts where Rick has to kind of like shield the entire thing, thorns on to Michonne, all of that. It just told such an incredible story that I fucking loved. This is the reason I was going to put episode 2 in amazing, is because I genuinely think episode 3 was better than episode 2, but episode 2 had a lot of epic things in it that makes me regret saying that, you know what I mean? Regardless of the point, this episode was so amazing because we finally got to see kind of a rift between Michonne and Rick, which is so crazy when they just got back together. Oh my God, it's absolutely crazy. I genuinely wholeheartedly loved everything they did. I loved that we had a couple flashback sequences with Thorne doing the Shane sort of thing where she was pointing the gun at Michonne. I know that's a small detail, but I loved that this episode I love that it gave conflict. I totally lost my train of thought with the word I was going to say, but I love that this episode actually introduced conflict with Jadis, with Thorne, with even Michonne having a problem with Rick, and vice versa. Rick at the end being the way he was, where he was like, I don't care what you do, if I have to knock you out, you're getting back on that boat or ship or whatever and leaving. Goddamn, it was amazing. And it also ended in what was another absolutely brilliant cliffhanger into episode 4. And this episode, when I initially watched it, this episode was, at the time, it was probably my perfect, right next to episode 1. Really good. I still feel that way in a nutshell about this episode, but my opinion has had to change a little bit based off of this 6-run series we got and the context that this episode brings to me. While I loved everything about the dialogue in this episode, everything about the storytelling, Denai's directing, the acting was literally top-notch in this episode, I have to bring it down a peg because of what it did for the remaining 2 episodes. I have to do it, and I hate to admit that I have to do that. This episode is still amazing. On a lot of fronts, it's still perfect. I really genuinely believe it. But it would have instantly gone right here without a shadow of a doubt. It would have instantly gone right there if it wasn't for the context that came thereafter. And again, episode 5 and 6 were not bad episodes of the show. Before you guys get your pitchforks in the comments that I'm putting this a step out of S tier, I want you guys to know I genuinely wholeheartedly loved this episode. It just, now knowing what we got, you can't do a full bottle episode. If anything, you have to integrate episode 4's story into episode 5 so you keep the pacing going like episode 1, 2, and 3 did. All 3 of those episodes did the pacing absolutely brilliantly, and yes, it did feel rushed. That's fine. It's okay to feel rushed if the story is so believable and compelling. This episode felt extremely believable, but we had an entire episode to swim in this story, and while it was much needed because we needed that downtime for Rick and Michonne to talk and Rick to come to senses, I'm starting to realize that you could have done that without one of the 20-minute scenes. Not really 20 minutes, but you know what I mean? Like one of those 10 or so minutes of dialogue, because like The Walking David points out in his review of this episode, this is a very cyclical story. You could eliminate a lot of the factors of this episode and still drive the same plot, similar to how they did with literally every other episode up to this point of the show. If you had taken out a good 10-minute chunk, or in my opinion, the sex scene, I don't care if you guys get horny for that shit, you know what I mean? Like, if you, I'm joking about that, by the way, but if you take that out and add in a little bit of the Jadis rift, maybe make that the cliffhanger where maybe like episode 4 to me should have ended where in episode 5, Jadis was like, good morning, lovebirds, or whatever it was. That should have been the cliffhanger for this episode. You could have done that if you eliminated a good 10 minutes of the story. And again, not that any 10 minutes of the story needed to be eliminated in a nutshell, because this was a phenomenal 50 minutes of TV. I genuinely, wholeheartedly enjoyed it. It's just you didn't have time to tell it. If this was a 16-episode show, you had plenty of time to tell it. I'd say swim in it. Do another 20 minutes. I'm joking, but you know what I mean? Like, this was a phenomenal episode, just in a otherwise really fast-paced story, and it really hurts to have an episode like this. Does it mean it was bad? Absolutely not. But with the context of everything else, I can't say it's a perfect episode. I could see you in the comments right now being like, well, if you think this way about the episode, it's still a perfect episode. Yes, but the context changes it. The ramifications of this episode are greatly different than the ramifications of these 3 episodes. And if you're going to even try to make the argument that it's the same, I'm sorry, you have to think again. You can't compare these episodes. They are phenomenal, but you can't compare the two. You can't compare episode 4 to 1 through 3. You just can't. But anyway, that leads into episode 5, and this, realistically speaking, was my least favorite episode of the show. It really was. I mean, again, and I want to preface it by saying that genuinely nothing from this show was bad. Like, it wasn't bad. This was just the weakest of them for me. So it's going in the meh tier. And that's a good thing, because that means there is no liquid ass. So there's no liquid ass to worry about. It really, this is the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? Episode 5 had a lot of good plot points. It really genuinely did. It had a lot of good plot points, but it really suffered because the pacing of the last episode, I think, genuinely fucked this up. And as much as seeing Father Gabriel was absolutely amazing and something I was hyped for, because as you guys know, if you saw my top 5 list video, you know that Father G is one of my favorite characters in the Walking Dead universe. I absolutely love him. But his addition to this episode, while sure you can make the argument that Anne was human through Father G or whatever, all that argument that they're trying to spoon feed you guys, you know what I mean? It just didn't feel right. It felt so forced. It felt so wasted. And we spent so much of the episode in those conversations taking away from much needed story. And this episode to me gets even worse because of the ramifications of it with episode 6. It genuinely does. This, in my opinion, was the least enjoyable episode, so at least episode 6 has that going for it. I didn't really care for anything that happened. It felt very slow, but very fast, but very slow. Then you have the additions of these characters in the woods that made literally no sense, how they were even still alive and functioning as a society that long into the apocalypse. And just in general, it took so much time to get to this whole thing, which, look, I really did genuinely like Jadis as a character. I actually don't really have complaints about Jadis. It's and you know what? The reason I'm bringing that up is because it was her death episode, and usually I really like a character's death episode. I you know, those are the good episodes. This one on paper should have been. What the fuck was that? Whatever. Okay. Anyway, Jadis, her death episode should have been an episode that truly meant something more to me. You know what I mean? But it went on too long. Her death, where she was sitting there with her neck. A zombie literally bit into this bitch's neck. Literally bit straight into it. In the jugular, you guys. In the jugular. You're not just sitting there for 40 minutes after that talking, I wish I died an artist. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have any fucking time. You're bleeding. I don't even know how you're talking, let alone, oh, God. Like, look, I get it. She was a big character in the universe. You have to give her some sort of justice. But also, that's part of the problem with this episode. You cannot try to make a villain character, who I would argue is more of a villain than General Beale ever was. You can't try to force her to be human in this episode. You've spent years building her up. Yes, and sure, she's had her niceties along the way where she was a painter and she liked Father G, so that made her a little sweet. No, she was a villain like 99% of the time, except for the 1 or 2 times she was nice to people. You know what I mean? Like, okay, sure, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but realistically, you can't try to justify her actions. She was selfish. She was a villain. She tried to kill Rick in every which way, shape, or form she could. in this episode and also in the past a little bit as well, like, she was not a good character. You can't give a character like that human just because us fans have watched her for years. You know what I mean? That's what the problem with this episode was. And again, a lot of the things on paper worked. And that's how I feel. And this is why this you guys are probably watching it. This tier list has went from high praise to like anger along the way. But it's absolutely true. Like, and this is how I feel about the whole show. Every single element of this show, I'm going to cut to my face here. Every single element of this show worked on paper. All of the story plots, every bit of them worked on paper. It's just in execution, they were done poorly. In that regard, it felt like Game of Thrones Season 8. Is it the exact same? No, it's not. But Episode 5 and Episode 6, all of the events that happened on paper worked. Like, they really did. Jadis's death, seeing Father G, bringing Rick and Michonne back together for a proposal and having them, like, in an episode, and a lot of the things that happened in it. Really brilliant. Genuinely brilliant. It's just an execution, it doesn't work. And that's partly because you have episode 4 that brought it down because of some of the things that happen. Like, you don't need that long of a sex scene. You don't need one of those cyclical scenes. This episode suffered from it, and so did episode 6. Episode 5, I want to put it in liquid ass, but I'm not. I'm not going to put it in liquid ass because there were things I enjoyed. And that's the thing with this. I'm going back to the face cam for a second. Hi, this is my pretty face, whatever. Episode 5, at least, you know what I mean? It was still enjoyable to watch. That's the way I feel with all of them. And in that regard, it's also like season 8 of Game of Thrones because that was also enjoyable to watch. It's just the writing fucking sucked. You know what I mean? That's how I felt about this episode. This episode, and I've seen a lot of people online praise it for this, but this episode felt like a Walking Dead episode. And I don't think that's a good thing because it felt like a Scott Gimple Walking Dead episode where there was just too much and it was just weird Gimple speak and blah, blah, blah. Like, I absolutely hated in this episode Michonne was like, we can make this whole world ours. Like, I'm seeing it. We could do this. Like, shut the fuck up, Gimple. Like, I'm not saying that to Michonne. I'm saying that to Gimple. Shut up, Gimple. Like, this, people don't talk like this. That's not how people talk. And that's the whole thing with, like, I wish I died an artist and all that. Like, I know, I get it. It's a beautiful scene, but come on, shut up. Shut up. Just, yeah, that's how I feel. That's episode 5. But probably the hardest one to rank, realistically speaking, is episode 6. Because from a spectacle standpoint, literally from, like, the spectacle of the episode, it's an S tier. But in no good faith can I give this episode an S tier because the writing was just so bad. It really was. It's going to go in really good only because I genuinely wholeheartedly liked everything this episode did on paper, just like episode 5. But at least with episode 6, this one was a lot more enjoyable. It was a lot more fun. And I did say this was enjoyable. I know I was wishy-washy with that. All the episodes were enjoyable. That's why there's none in liquid ass. You know what I mean? They were all genuinely enjoyable. It's just this one was far more enjoyable than episode 5. And that's because the spectacle here was so strong. We finally got to see Beale. We finally got the echelon briefing. We finally got the conclusion of the story. We finally got a reunion with Rick, Judith, RJ. We finally got everything we wanted in this episode, but it fell so far behind because we got all of that in a 48-minute episode. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And you guys already saw my review. You know how I feel about episode 6. I honestly, and I'm going to go back to here for a second, I let a lot of my raw anger emotions out for episode 6. I still genuinely loved the episode. Like, it was a fun episode to watch. I loved what it did. It made me cry. I hate to admit it with the whole ending and all of that stuff. I liked what it did. It's just the writing was fucking brutal. It was brutal. And it was brutal because of episode 4 and 5. And again, episode 4 is a nearly perfect episode. Episode 5 suffered because of episode 4. And episode 6 suffered because of episode 4. I sound like a broken record. I've said it. But if you had just tweaked the storytelling and converged the stories of episode 4 and episode 5 into one episode, then you have all of episode 6 and even episode 5 fully to develop this goddamn conclusion. Because going into episode 6 from episode 5, I was like, well, there has to be a season 2, or there has to be some sort of continuation of the story, because there's no way on earth that they could wrap it up. And they did, but they did in such a way that made it unbearably unbelievable. Like, it was not, none of the events were believable. They just weren't. And yes, they were enjoyable to watch on screen. They were fun to watch. I still, if you watch my reaction on my Patreon, you guys will see I thoroughly enjoyed watching the episode. I didn't have a problem with that aspect of it. I had a problem with that it was all spectacle, devoid any writing. And that's not cool when this is your final episode. And again, everything on paper worked. Genuinely, wholeheartedly did. It's just you can't do that. You can't do it. I still feel the same way. It's a day later. That's not changing. I loved the spectacle of this episode. I had fun with it. It was emotional. It was great. It made me genuinely think this could be the end of Rick Grimes, and I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? A lot of that happened. It ticked off every box I wanted from this show. But it did it so quick. So it's like, I loved what they did, but I hated how they executed it. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about this episode. It was great. It just wasn't written great. I don't know. I'm so in between. But guys, this is the list. In Perfect, we have episodes 1, 3, and 2 in that order. In Amazing, we have episode 4. In Really Good, we have episode 6. And in Meh, we have episode 5. And absolutely none in Liquid Ass. Because as much shit as I give this show, there isn't one that I think is actually Liquid Ass. Genuinely. Takes a lot to be that. And I've said that a lot in this video. But seriously, the overall point I'm trying to make is, if that was the worst, if episode 5 was the worst, this was a goddamn good spinoff. It really was. And yet again, sure, episode 5 and 6 suffered a bit, but they suffered a bit for good storytelling. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the weird thing I feel about this episode. While I compare it to Game of Thrones season 8 and all of that stuff, it's kind of like not that way at all, because at least this gave us everything to the point where I feel very satisfied. I just don't like how quick it got there. It could have used a couple more episodes, and I know, sure, it's the Rishon story, but it's also the CRM story, guys, and that plot mattered. Beale mattered. That story mattered. It's like, it's just unfortunate to see that we had to like lose some of that story to make for all of the Rishon stuff we got, which is great stuff. Not complaining about it, but it could have been alleviated had you had 2 more episodes in there. It genuinely could have. But that's the list. I want to hear your tier list down in the comments. And with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video. And until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.